I am reading the chapter Freedom and License, written by Swami Chinmayananda ji in his book The Art of Living. Man has made this world a glorious place to live in. The phenomenal powers which have been threatening and persecuting mankind all along have been tamed and harnessed to serve him. The land which was barren and wild has been prepared to yield an abundance of food. People have grown from a primitive and barbarous state to become a civilized and intelligent society. The comforts and amenities provided are almost heavenly, and man has been indulging in these luxuries without the least restraint. However, sitting amidst a mountain of wealth and prosperity, man lives a life of worry, anxiety, and dissatisfaction. The sad paradox has been the subject of investigations by the spiritual masters who dedicated their lives for the general welfare of mankind. In their subtle inquiries, they discovered that uncontrolled and excessive indulgence in sensual enjoyments causes dissipations of one personality and leads to sorrow and misery. For example, the first helping of a sweetmeat is delicious to eat. The second and the third have a diminishing value, while the 20th is not only sickening but detrimental to one's health. Hence, our ancient benefactors formulated certain basic regulations of self-restraint and discipline for gaining a more lasting joy out of our relationships with the world of objects. But the essential nature of man being absolute freedom, he detests any shackles being put on him. He does not relish being told what to do or what not to do. To him, injunctions and precepts are like a red rag to a bull. Therefore, he revolts against the idea of any spiritual practice of self-denial. Little does he realize that freedom is essentially built on intelligent self-restraint and discipline. For instance, the traffic lights on our roads are undoubtedly a restraint laid down by the government on our freedom, but such restraint alone lends a meaning to freedom of movement and checks its degradation into licentiousness. This inability to distinguish between freedom and license is at the root of the modern man's aversion to religion. The religious textbooks provide us with the material for a subjective scientific analysis by which we can intelligently understand and appreciate the necessity for such voluntary self-restraint. They serve the same purpose as manuals supplied with a machine for its efficient use. Similarly, the human machine, the most complex entity in nature, also needs certain adjustments and tuning up according to the manuals of religion, so that it may function efficiently in all its contacts with the world of things and beings. Man is given the liberty either to eke out the maximum happiness for himself by following these instructions and wisely utilizing his equipment, or to disregard them, inviting sorrow and suffering for himself. His alone is the choice to make or mar himself and his happiness. Thus, the scriptural books provide an exhaustive science of better living, and as we mature, we find in them the complete techniques of self-development, culminating in the experience of the supreme reality. In our attempt to develop ourselves to the stature of a well-integrated nation, why should we not bring this proved and well-tested method into use? Thank you.